What's up, YouTube? This is KingDaddyDMAC coming at you with another Pokemon Black and White Wi-Fi battle. This is against the TheFlamingSpade and was a spectacular and very intense match. So here we go. He's going to start off with Sansadora, and I'm going to have my Irafune. And my guy has this new ability, Mischievous Heart, which basically any move that's not an attacking move is going to basically have priority. So it is technically, I guess, the fastest subseeder and taunter in the game. I'm going to switch out. Basically, I was trying to just scout his moves with the sub to try and see what type he was. As soon as I saw the fire type move, the flamethrower, I went into my Chansey basically just to wall him, force him to switch. And the fact that he switched told me he very likely could have a choice item, although he was probably fearing what I did do, the T-Wave. He goes into his Blissey, which pretty much is going to wall me. So I switch back into my Irafune, and basically he's going to also switch, but I'm just going to keep on going for the sub. I see the U-turn. Now the fact that I saw that it did so little really does tell me that he likely is the choice, but is definitely a specially based Sansadora. So there's not really much you could do. I went for the taunt there, and I was basically fearing from the Blissey that it might have the stealth rocks, just because although you don't see it too often as a stealth rocker, it is a possibility. Either way, he's locked himself into that flamethrower move, not wanting to, go for the U-turn and possibly not break my sub again. But I was pretty sure that he would predict me to switch, and I just kept on going for the substitute. And again, I go for the toss, fearing the possible stealth rocks, but he predicts that and goes straight for the S-toss. So it's really kind of just put me into a position where I'm not sure whether I should just stay in and keep on trying to stall him out. But I go for the substitute again because I'm going to want to see what move he locks himself into. I see that it's the flamethrower, so I'm not going to want to stay in and keep on subbing up because that's just going to be pointless. I'm going to switch out now. Instead of going to the Chansey, which I could have done, but I just was getting kind of sick of this stall at the beginning, I go into my Repushin, and I didn't want to over-predict too much yet because he would have killed me, so I went for the Mach Punch. It would have paid off more had I went for the Drain Punch, but either way, it just wasn't worth the risk. He goes for the Toxic with his what's this guy's name? I'll just say that he's the Leviticus evolution. I think it's Mamamfoon or something like that. Anyway, he keeps on going for the Toxic. I'm not fearing it much because I know I have Guts, but I really didn't realize how well this thing would be able to wall me. I'm starting to bulk up just because I want to be able to take him out. He goes for the Wish, and I go for this turn, the Drain Punch, and I didn't really know this guy's move pool yet since I'd never been up against one. But now that I see that he has the Wish, I know he's probably going to be a Wish Protector, so instead of going for a move, I just go straight for the bulk up, just predicting that Protect so early on. And this is pretty good. I think at this point I'm +2, maybe, and I have Guts activated, so I'm just going to keep on going for that Drain Punch. But the only unfortunate thing is I'm going to gain health, but afterwards is when I get the toxic damage. After that and after that, leftovers help. So it is taking quite a toll on me. This turn I predicted him to go for the Protect again, but he overpredicts me and goes for the Boiling Water. So now I'm at a point where he can protect this turn, and it's just not worth the risk for me, and the toxic would end up overall prevailing and taking me out. So at this point I'm going to switch out now into my Skarmory, just because I know I've seen pretty much all this guy's move pool. There's still one move I haven't seen, but I'm pretty sure they can't do shit to Skarmory, and I want to start setting up my entry hazards, because that's what the point of this team is to be stall, and I don't have anything set up yet. I probably should have went for the Whirlwind the first turn, just because of the switch in the Sansadora, but again, I didn't really see a point because I didn't have the entry hazard set up yet. So I'd get out one layer spikes, go into my Chansey, and I was surprised he stayed in and let me get that T-Wave off, because that was huge, and you'll see later in the game how huge that was. But anyway, I switch now into my Sansadora, and he switches as well into the Blissey, and this is a really bad matchup. And again, I still don't know what type of Blissey this is, whether it's a Wish Protect or the normal soft boil and T-Wave. So I switched to Gliscor fearing that it might be the T-Wave one, but he ends up going for the Toxic. And we're not playing Dream World abilities, so I don't have that Poison Heal, which would have been really nice because I would have been getting ass loads of health recovery. But either way, I'm able to set up now my Stealth Rocks as he switches into the, again, we'll call him Leviticus, even though it's not. I'm going to U-turn out now, and that sucks I have the Toxic, but I do have a Cleric on this team, which is the Chansey. But I go back into the Scarm again just because I want to try and set up another layer of the Toxic Spikes. Again, he's going to switch immediately into a Sansadora and force me out. Right here, I was a little unsure of what he was going to do. I wasn't positive if I switch out, but I didn't want to sacrifice that Scarm too early in the possible over predictions. But unfortunately, anyway, he ends up getting the Paralyze anyway, so it didn't really matter. But this time, he goes into his Gallade as I go for the Aromatherapy. And right here, I knew the Gallade, after seeing the Leftovers, was probably the bulk up one, but I did not see the substitute coming, which really blew because right here I took the chance of one staying in to go for the T-Wave, but two, it just gave him a free substitute. So now I go into my Scarm, and I guess I probably on this team, if I'm going to use this again or something similar, again, this is kind of a test team. We're both testing out shit. I probably should go with a bulkier, more like an Impish Scarm with max defense or close to, but that Drain Punch did an absolute massive amount, and I had to Whirlwind him out because that actually, really, I didn't have much to deal with him, and if he had the Psycho Cutter, he would just demolish my Repulsion. But right there, as you saw, I went for the Whirlwind again, seeing that I think he had Leftovers on the Garchomp, so that would have been big issues again had he subbed or had he went for a Sword Dance. So right here I finally go for that Roost, and I was fearing of going for the Roost also on the Garchomp just because I thought that he might predict it and end up going for the Earthquake and end up killing me. Anyway, I switch into my Aerofoon, and right here the main reason is because I want to get Leech Seed on this guy, I want to taunt this guy, and all these things. I end up living with 33, 53 after Leftovers, and then as high as 95, which is really good that he didn't kill me. I knew I'd have enough for one more sub, just hoping that maybe he'd go for a bulk up or something like that, predicting my switch, but he doesn't, so that sucks, and I'm not going to have enough to make another sub. I'm still fearing this guy, but I know as long as I have the Leech Seed on him, he's not going to be as big of a deal. I'm predicting the Drain Punch, going to my Sansadora, and at this point I was pretty sure that he had the Psycho Cutter on him, but right here he ends up withdrawing, so at this point I'm very sure he has the Psycho Cutter on him, or even possibly doesn't have any other attacking moves. So I go straight for the Fire Blast, and it does after the Entry Hazard. It's pretty nice chunk to the Bliss. I go now into my Repulsion, and finally he reveals to me, although this is what I predicted it to be, the Wish one, because he showed the Toxic earlier. I'm able to see for sure that he's a Wish Bliss. Now he switches back into his Gallade, and this was, again, I'm fearing not seeing his last move, and maybe he switched out before because he didn't want me to know yet what he had. So at this point, I go for one Drain Punch, again, just because I'm pretty sure I'd be able to live any move since he didn't have anything up. And now I'm going to have enough where I believe I'm going to switch out. Let's see. Yep, I switch out, fearing that Psycho Cut. I go into my Scarm, and he again goes for that Drain Punch, and it does an absolute shit ton. And I really don't know what to do about this guy. I'm just going to... I went into Scarm, I guess, hoping that maybe I could Whirlwind them out, but also, I guess, somewhat of a fodder. But anyway, now I'm going to go into a Shandira, not thinking that he has the Shadow Sneak, which I completely forgot about, that he had a possibility of carrying. And he puts me in a really shitty spot, and I can either sack my Shandira or, you know, switch out, but I, again, don't have much to deal with him. So I was just hoping that he'd overpredict. He doesn't, goes for the safe move, takes out my Shandira, which that really sucks. But I go now for the Encore, which again, this poke having that ability is the fastest Encore in the game. So now he's stuck in a Shadow Sneak, and I'm just going to have to hope that he gets stuck in that move for quite a while as I go into my Repulsion. And I'm not fearing him as much now because I know he doesn't have that Psycho Cutter. So I'm just going to go for a bulk up. That's good. He's not going to be able to do much, and just hope that that Encore stays on for quite a while so that I can bulk up myself. And now, after having seen most of the rest of his team, I know he really doesn't have much at all for this Repulsion other than that Leviticus looking type thing. So I'm just going to keep on bulking up, and his Encore did end, so that really sucks. And he's going to start being able to regain back health. But I go for the payback, and this just about takes him out. But I'm pretty sure now another Psycho Sneak's not, or whatever the hell that moves is, not going to take me out. Shadow Sneak, and then I'm going to be able to Mach Punch him out. So that's huge, because that was the biggest threat that he had against me on his team. I know that he's going to go for the Bull in Water. I don't want to over-predict that he'll, over-predict. And I'm going to just switch straight to my Chansey. And that's big. Now right here, I predicted him to think I'd go for the T-Wave and go into his Chomp, trying to just basically absorb that and get a free switch, which is why I went straight for the S-Toss, which is huge. Now right here, look at how good this Chansey takes this. As you notice, didn't have leftovers. It has that evolutionary stone or whatever where NFEs get a boost in both defenses by 1 level. And I'm able to take that Outrage so well and then just S-Toss him off. Now here he brings in and shows his, I believe, last Pokemon that I haven't seen yet, Snorlax. And again, this is big trouble for me. I go into my Gliscor just trying, I think I thought that I had Taunt on him, but I didn't end up having Taunt. So I just go for the Earthquake to see how much it does, and it doesn't do nearly as much as I'd like. Then as soon as I saw that Cosmic Power, or stockpile, I realized what the hell this was. This is probably his Belly Drum Snorlax. So I switch in immediately, hoping he goes for another stockpile and to try and either do an Encore or Taunt or something like that. But he body slammed and took me out. So that's horrible. But I am able to go into my Repulsion, which I know is faster, and go for that Drain Punch, get a little bit of health back, and take out his Leviticus thing. He goes now into his Blissey, and I'm able to go, obviously I'm faster, get the Drain Punch off, and now I'm at a respectable health level where I don't think anything he has can take me out in one hit that is faster than me. Now here he goes into a Sansadora, and because of the T-Wave before, because it's paralyzed, I am able to now Drain Punch it and be faster than a Sansadora. I guess now that I think about it, the T-Wave before wasn't as big, just because I guess I could have Mach Punched it, but it was nice to get that extra health, and in the strange event that maybe his item was the berry that reduced fighting damage, which I obviously see that it wasn't when doing that Drain Punch. But anyway, now I'm faster than also Snorlax and able to easily take it out with another Drain Punch. And here, just for kind of lulz, he used a Max Revive to revive his Gallade, and we just kind of got to see for the two bulk uppers that we had, which one-on-one, would actually be able to take the other out. And I was pretty confident here, if neither of us got a crit, that I probably would be able to prevail, just because I did have that payback move. But again, you never know, and it's really going to, at least in this case, probably going to end off in who gets the first crit. So he's behind a sub now. I am leading him in bulk ups, but his Drain Punches are doing a pretty sizable amount, and he is able to recover back a pretty nice amount of HP. Right here he goes for a Drain Punch, nearly takes me out, but then I go for Drain Punch. I do get the crit, and now that is 7 pokes in a row that I have been able to take out. So great game, Spade. It was a lot of fun. Can't wait to battle you again. Again, guys, this was kind of just a test battle for lulz. Had he had something like Stealth Rocks up, he probably would have won the match, so thank God he didn't. But comment, like, subscribe, and peace out.